Averting a floor fight. Pro-life Republicans abandon plans to push for stronger language against abortion in the Republican Party platform. Former President Trump opposes a federal abortion ban and says abortion laws should be left up to voters in each state. Well, here with more is Jeff Bradford, president of Human Coalition. Jeff and his wife Tricia share their own regretful family abortion experience in the book Beauty from Ashes. Jeff, pro-life delegates at the convention decided against a floor fight. So what role do you think the attempted assassination of President Trump play in the decision to back down?
Oh, I think it played an incredible role in the decision to back down. I mean, obviously, lots have changed since Saturday and since the assassination attempt. I think, in a lot of ways, it's brought the party together and unified the party in a lot of ways. Unfortunately, the issue of life is not where we would like it to be, but, we'll continue to fight the good fight and do everything that we can, even at groups like Human Coalition and pro-life groups across the country who are rescuing women and children every day. And really what we should be talking about is the circumstances these women who believe that abortion is their only option are in every day. And so how do we help with housing, education, childcare, employment? Those are the things that Human Coalition focuses on, and those are winning arguments, and that's a winning platform. That's what the Republicans should be focusing on, is helping women and children and families who are in very difficult circumstances.
Yeah, that kind of melds right into the economic platform and issues. So tell us why you believe a nationwide abortion ban needs to be enacted into federal law.
Well, one, the pro-aborts are not going to stop until abortion is accepted in every stage of life and gestation. We have to continue to fight both state by state and federal. And anytime that we're giving our tax dollars away, it's paying for abortion, whether it's in states or federally. And so the pro-life movement, this is not a time to shrink back. This is a time to stand strong on what is right, and saving lives and caring for moms is the right thing to do, and we should never shrink back from that.
Well, Democrats support abortion right up to the moment of birth. A lot of Democrats do, even the president, and evangelical Christians taxpayers paying to fund that. So yep. Republicans got clobbered over the issue, though, in 2022, congressional and state legislative elections. Trump wants to moderate the Republican Party position to make it less of a campaign issue. So what do you think of that strategy?
I think it's a mistake. I think it's a huge mistake. I think we should be doubling down on the life issue. It's what separates us from the pro-abortion Democrats. It's what separates us of doing what's right for moms and for the country. We save lives as a country. We will go overseas and put our men and women at risk to save lives. And yet somehow these Republicans are now believing that this child is not a life and one that is not worth saving. And we have to unify behind that. We have to continue to do what's right, and that will always be rewarded. Voters will vote for what is right, and this is absolutely what we should be standing firm on.
Well, I know a lot of those Republicans are arguing and saying, what's wrong with leaving the abortion decision up to each state? Obviously, people in California or Oregon have different views than people in Arkansas and Alabama.
Well, the pro-abortion factions and the Democrats won't stop there. We can't stop until abortion is made both unthinkable, the way that we think of human slavery today. And if you look at the Reconstruction era, after the abolition of slavery, it took the country about 12 years to come around. And I believe the country has to open their eyes to what abortion really is. It harms women, it kills babies. And if you look at the story that my wife and I just wrote, 32 years ago, we believed the same rhetoric, that it was just a clump of cells. And we were engaged to be married and went to my father, who I grew up with, and had got terrible advice. And we ended up at Planned Parenthood and took the life of our first daughter. And we didn't talk about it for 17 years because there was so much shame and guilt. And we didn't tell anyone until I got to know the two co-founders of Human Coalition, and through God's just providence, opened my eyes to what abortion is. But there's never been a day that's gone by that we haven't regretted taking the life of our first daughter. And there's two truths about abortion. One, once you take a life, you can never get that back, and you will always regret it. And the second is that there is no sin greater than the cross of Christ. And so we must continue to work with women. In fact, Gary, this is a stat I think will be interesting for your audience. 76% of the women who come to us and believe that abortion is their only option tell us that they would prefer to parent if their circumstances were different. I mean, doesn't that break your heart? So the Republicans and the pro-Democrat and the pro-abortionists believe that if they just abort their child, that everything else will fall in line, and that's just not the truth. Women want to parent, and so organizations like Human Coalition and other pro-life organizations are there to help step in the gap and provide things like housing and education and employment. That's what we should be talking about from the Republican Party.
Okay, thank you for what you're doing. The book is Beauty from Ashes. Jeff Bradford of the Human Coalition, thank you for sharing your thoughts today. God bless you.
God bless you. Thank you.